Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Battle for the Bosporus, playing as the Ottoman Empire, with my little Zergling buddy. We're going to go ahead and put him down, because I know he's going to fall. Alright, so we are ready to end things against the Soviets pretty much any time we want, which is a good position to be in. I do need to consider how we're going to take out the Germans. Now the thing is, what I originally wanted to do was not to go out for the Germans first, but instead take out the UK, so that it would be a lot harder for the Allies to quickly redeploy a lot of their troops. Because remember, as soon as we're done with the Germans, the Allies will be done with the Germans, and they're going to have way more war score than me, and they're going to take a load of stuff. Now, granted, I'll be at war with the Germans, which means I'll be in a position to quickly take a lot of the stuff too, but even so. So, I wanted to take the Allies out just because it'd be much easier for me to quickly consolidate everything I rightfully should have taken from the Germans, but how are we actually going to make that work? I can't get into the UK because they have way too many ships, way too many, and I am not going to have nearly enough paratroopers. We'll have some, but it won't count for a lot. And it looks like Spain already losing control of Ireland. Like, I can't even send some troops over here. Even if I did, they just get intercepted and crushed by the enemy navies. So that's just not going to work. So the UK is an island fortress, as is, you know, historically the case. So finishing them off is going to be a little on the tricksy side, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to do about that. I do know that I want to start training you guys so we can start getting them out of green territory. You guys will do the same thing along here. Never mind, we'll leave you as is. Red's in position, so they should be more or less good. You need to train up a little bit. Get these guys out of being green. I may have to manually control this to try and not get stuck around the mountains of Czechoslovakia, but we'll see. So we'll do what we can there. I am in a position to fight against Spain. Now the thing is, I know once the Germans are down, the Axis is finished. Nope, I take that back. Spain has to die. Okay, well the Germans are the real threat. Once the Germans are out, we're going to be okay. Yeah, alright, well let's pull these troops back. These guys don't matter. I'm going to get a couple encirclements, and I'm probably going to pull back Teal as well, and let them do something else. Blue, do I keep them up here, or do I move elsewhere? Technically, I could abandon the front line against the Soviets and leave only enough troops to take Moscow the second I want to. And that puts me in the best position to quickly deal with the Germans. I can justify a war goal. How quickly? 30 days. That's not very long. The second I do that, of course, they are going to send a load of troops in preparation to go and fight me. Which I get. That's fine. Annoying, but fine. Japan looking very scary this game. No doubt about it. Japan looking real stinking scary. Now, as long as we can hold the lines over here around the Raj and Mongolia and everything else, we don't have to worry too much. The only thing that matters is taking out core states. Everything they've got here in China doesn't actually impact me too much. Oh yeah, you got Indonesia and stuff. Great, no problem. But holding on to Japan's cores, like, that's how I take them down. So we basically force our way up to Siberia and attack them from the north, which is what I usually end up doing. I still think that that is the right strategy in this case. So yeah, it's time for me to pull some units back from the Soviet Union, and the second they start making ground that I don't like, we just take Moscow and it's over. We're holding Moscow hostage, basically. That's going to end up being my winning strategy. Hold Moscow hostage, end the war as soon as I feel like I'm ready. And they are still 81% of the way. The worst case scenario here, by the way, is we take Moscow and they don't actually capitulate. That's the worst case thing that could happen right now. And to that extent, it may actually be worth trying to push up to at least a couple of other victory points like this, just so we have a few more that we're sitting on if we need them. Right, do something like this. Okay, possibly, they're already going to get Yaroslav. Can we possibly get to Ivanovo over here? You know, anything like that would be beneficial for me. Just to make sure that when I take Moscow, they actually fall apart. Because, God forbid, we take Moscow and it turns out we've left the front line completely open and all of a sudden it wasn't enough and the Soviets can start pushing. That'd get real irritating real stinking quick. You know what? Even without Moscow, we're really close to victory. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is start justifying a war goal now against the Germans, which is going to clue them in to what I am attempting to do. I am pretty confident if we take Moscow, that will just be the end of it. I need some of you guys to actually get up over here still, though, and take this. A lot of my troops are getting redeployed elsewhere right now, which is good. Where do I want to send the rest? That's a good question. We probably want to have... You know what? We're going to send you guys down over here. We're going to try to go for a quick little naval invasion around, like, let's say Barcelona or something, and see if we can snag Spain with their pants down. Yeah, that sounds smart. Oh, we got an upgrade for our fighters. Well, that's reasonably good timing, I suppose. Anything else come across as, like, really important right now? I mean, it's almost 1945. I think the extra entrenchment and stuff could be very useful. We'll go ahead and try for some of that. Got a good amount of air experience, and this may be the last fighter upgrade I'm going to get for at least a bit. So let's go ahead and increase the engine as well as the range. At least a fair bit, then some reliability so they don't fall apart on me so quickly. This is the best I can hope for. That's reasonably good range and speed, very solid agility. Not bad. Alright, gonna use up pretty much all of my air experience doing exactly that. Perfect. Mark 1. Okay, got a lot of fighters we need to get upgraded in the meantime, but that's fine. You can see that I am committing to this strategy. All my forces are getting pushed off at this point. Pretty much everything I've got. Soviet Union is 88% of the way towards capitulation. And all I'm waiting for right now is we gotta wait for the justification to be done in about 22 more days. My wife wants my Zergling. There you go. But also, yeah, no, 22 days, basically. I'm waiting for my troops to get down here, but also 22 days. Because there's nothing I can do until that's done anyway. Like, this is the thing. I'm going to finish the Soviets, and then what am I going to walk away with? Don't know yet. I don't know how much the Germans are going to take and if that messes me up. If we can successfully take down the Germans, and I'm committing everything I've got at this point to that gambit, what are the Allies going to take, and am I going to be able to quickly consolidate my lines again? Because if not... that's gonna be a problem. So, I don't know. I don't know how we pull this one off yet. There's a lot that can go wrong right here. But if it doesn't go wrong, this is going to be one of those genius maneuvers, and I will be in a position to absolutely dominate the world. I would love to have some more generals, but of course that takes 65 political power to make that one work right now. Good lord. I don't even have enough field marshals for all this nonsense. There's just so much to go around. A peace conference. China has capitulated, which means Japan officially takes 24 states and puppets the rest of China. Okay, so this right here is the Japanese Empire. Yikes. Okay, hey, USA. If you surrender London and just give up everywhere else, I will help you take out Japan. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go against the entire world, aren't I? This entire campaign is based around the principle that when two dogs are fighting each other over a bone, it's the third dog who comes in and steals at the last second that actually wins. That's like the entire principle of this campaign. Let them pick each other apart, and then I swoop in and I have to fight everybody. I'm against both other dogs, but they've weakened themselves sufficiently that I actually can win. That's all that I'm doing. That is my entire stratagem. I don't like it. I don't like this stratagem. It seems like a really dangerous one, but it's fun. This is how non-aligned campaigns are supposed to go, you know what I mean? This is what you're supposed to do. Alright, the justification ends in 2 days. Now's a good time to make sure that I'm not wrong, and if we take out Moscow real quick, it's over. The Soviets are freaking out and trying to move. It's not going to matter. There goes Moscow. Soon as I walk into the city, bomb, 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 bomb. And there it is. Moscow falls. That's the end of the day. Game's getting kind of stuck, which means we are about to have a massive peace conference. There it is. Boom! And the timing of that could not be better. So, I get 50% of their stockpiled equipment, which is nice. The Germans are starting by taking all of this. Man, aren't you fun, Germany? Look how much war score they got. This needs to be reworked. I'm sorry, the entire system needs to be reworked. It's not my fault that I'm smarter than the AI and I didn't throw away 7 million manpower fighting against the Soviets. That is not my fault, okay? I'm gonna wanna, first off, I want to try to puppet them. Notice that only takes 11 political power to do. To puppet the Soviets? Yeah, sure enough. Alright, we do want to do that. I need to take some states for myself. Of course, the Germans are going to take a lot more, and I don't care. That's fine. There are a few things I do care about, though. Mainly, steel. I care a lot about resources more than anything. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this, make sure we go ahead and just set this up with the rest of my land like so. I don't care about that. You can have that. That's fine. I would love to grab some of the oil and the chrome. That's all I can take? Are you serious? I've never understood this either. Like, why is it that I can't just take what I want here? Why? I have 1,400 points, but I can't do more than this? Right? Doesn't this seem weird? Whatever. End turn. Pass, pass, pass. He takes a lot more. Doesn't matter. This is all stuff that I'm going to end up taking for myself, so don't you worry about it. Don't you worry your pretty little head. In fact, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and surround you with my own territory. Ha ha ha. Mongolia, I'm going to take as a puppet. Just go ahead and eat that. Iraq. Oh, I need to take Iraq. Let's not forget that. That's my core. I'll take all of this. This seems like a good place for border gore. And then for my subject, I think we just eat pretty much everything else we can get my hands on. I can't take all of it, but I can sure as heck take a lot more. So we'll take all of this. I would like to have a puppet in position, hopefully, to set up against the Japanese up in the north around Manchukuo. Did I somehow manage to screw over Germany so they only got like a tiny bit of territory? No, they did take all of it. They did take all that. But, despite the fact that they did take all of this initially, there's Russia. Pause, game. There's Russia, non-aligned, serving me. Okay. We have, at the very least, a very, very, very strong, potentially, vassal state. Who is currently justifying on me? Russia is justifying against me? Well, you're not going to be able to do much of anything there, so I don't really care. I think I'm mostly just confused. Okay. So we did just now finish with our justification. Now, I can't declare war on Germany until my troops are out of his territory. And I think these are the only guys that are currently in the territory, all of this. So we need to pull back. It's going to be at least a few days. Germany's going to be mass redeploying all their troops from the east, and they're going to go fast, so we got to go quick ourselves. We did gain a bunch more factories, by the way. 26? It's not bad. What am I currently lacking? Mostly going to be things like tanks. I've actually got lots of self-propelled artillery and such. That's not an issue. Pretty good amount of infantry equipment and so on. So yeah, I think what we do is we start focusing hard on tanks. And when I say hard, I mean hard. We try to produce some more fighters, because I'll need them. I'm going to try to produce some more transport planes, because I need them. And then everything else feels somewhat optional. Now, I can declare a war. So the Germans have a lot. I also have a lot. So, do we feel good about this? I wish I had more generals. Potential enemies, Japan, yep. Now, if I don't call in Afghanistan, I don't think I have to worry about Japan. So for now, let's not bother. Let's not bother with them. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. I don't need my allies. They're not helpful anyway. Russia, I could call to arms. But why open them up to an attack from the Japanese? Right now, we're okay where we are. I don't need their help. They don't even have any armies as far as I'm aware. Let's take a look at intel. They got 2 divisions. Yeah, calling in Russia right now would be not helpful. So we're going to ignore that. Okay. Red. Wrong red. Go. We're going to clear these guys out. I somehow did not leave very many troops over. I kind of didn't expect them to have literally anything, but there we go. You guys, go to the ports. Oh, Spain still needs to be called in. Right, never mind. So that's fine. Orange doesn't feel very confident about their situation. You, however, should be pretty darn good with your 40 combat width to begin your assault. Right? Gosh, I stinking hope so. Push through the mountains, get to Krakow. Krakow, whatever it is. He's left himself vulnerable over here around Vienna. So we're going to try to do something along here. I don't think he has much in the way of tankage. Somehow I gained control of all of this. I'm not sure how. So I need to rework a lot of my front lines over here all of a sudden. Blue, you guys are still moving mostly, but you can probably begin your assault. So I say go. We're going to try to cut off around Poland any other troops that are currently involved over here. Spain, you are going to join, right? I could guarantee that they join if I go for a quick little attack over here. I'm going to go ahead and call Spain in, because I'm fighting them anyway, but I can't push into their territory and actually weaken them. So all I'm doing is fighting their troops, but I can't punch back truly. As long as we have troops in position, we could actually, like, really cause some casualties. So I'm gonna try. It only cost me 6 political capital. It's not like it's a big loss. I am starting to steal some of the German factories, which I find very funny. We got plenty of equipment, so I think I still go for a lot more tanks. We'll need a little bit more light tank destroyers, and we'll need a little bit more propelled artillery, and also a fair bit more motorized. In fact, I think that's got to be a big priority, is getting lots of motorized together. Looks like we actually can make a quick push into these areas, and we shall. Let's get up over here, grab some of these forts. We're going to try to entrench a little harder. Yeah, making some good pushes through their front lines. We could go for some encirclements. If I were faster, right, if I had some fast motorized units, we could actually inflict absurd amounts of casualties against them right now. But I don't have those, so that's not actually going to do much. Hello, you guys are currently left open. Okay. Well, right now they are set to aggressive, so they should be doing their thing. I'm going to push you guys up toward Dijon. I'm going to have you go ahead and try to fight against these guys while they are weak. You instead are going to go up to Dijon. We're going to fully encircle these guys whenever they do eventually join the war, if ever. So we should be able to crush them pretty quick. In fact, I'm thinking that maybe I'm making a mistake having so many troops kind of committed to that front line. It'd be better to take about half of you guys and set you up over here. Right? Right. Fighting the Alps is proving to be an absolute disaster, which, you know, who would have seen that coming, especially since I'm only using some rather terrible infantry units. Here come the 40 combat with super tanks. That's pretty sweet. Supply-wise, we are struggling right over here. I need to be taking over Krakow, which we should be able to do if I quickly push up over there. I'm going to ask you guys to... Yep, you're doing fine. I would love to get a small encirclement on whatever I can. Hopefully, this is going to start getting me a lot more supply over here as I continue taking victory points. Should be able to. Building sabotage. Gosh dang it, Germans, knock it off. Accept your inevitable demise! Or don't. I mean, the Germans aren't one for really accepting their inevitable demise. Right? It's not exactly historically based. The Allies have managed to get up into Brittany. We are going to be contending with them again. Let's not forget that. I'm using up a lot of my manpower, by the way. Lots and lots and lots of it, but it's okay. It's okay. How much equipment do I have right now? Lots of it. Okay, so I think it's time to start training up, you know, more offensive infantry. I'm thinking some basic artillery would be good. We'll train up, let's say, I want 29. You guys, I still see openings, so let's push up through Breslau all along the river. Now, let's be very wary of the fact that as we continue pushing, we are going to find ourselves in a situation where I'm spread very thin. But as long as we can somehow push up toward Berlin, good lord, if I can encircle Berlin, the Germans are doomed. Assuming that strategy hasn't been broken. Which, I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't think it's been broken, but what if it has? Yeah? Let's actually turn around and attack over here. I just want to make sure that we do have these guys fully encircled when the time comes. Which it looks like we are able to do. Should have some more reinforcements popping up over here who should be able to entrench. You actually need to sit tight. You need to sit tight. We are about to grab this. That should be fine. Still pushing up in France. The Germans are trying to push. I would love to get up toward, like, let's say Strasbourg. Now, here's the thing. This is pushing in toward core states of Germany, and also we're pushing into their industrial base. Right? That's pretty huge. Take out their industry, and really, what do they have? So we have about 150 days to go on our compliance with the Germans, so I do not want to force them to capitulate until we have this taken care of. Which is going to be a little bit. But again, surrounding Germany, or at least cutting out their industrial base, will do a lot of the job for me. We're just now starting to get my troops up in position around Moscow. We lost Moscow, so, I mean, it's not like it did me a lot of good. I'm only here to just kind of slow down their advance, and not much else. There's nationalist Spain. All right, so we don't care anymore about the We don't care anymore about developing a war goal, but that's fine. Spanish Morocco hasn't been called in. That's okay. So you guys need to push. You guys actually have very low organization and supply, but I mean, you're gonna love finishing these guys off. It'll solve the problem pretty quick. So get over here. You go ahead and grab this port. This is also part of Morocco, so we can't. Excuse me. You guys should now be able to push along the ports over here. Take that. Hi, Portugal! Don't join the Allies. Don't you dare do it. If you want to have, you are one of the few nations that has any sort of a base right now in Africa. You should consider yourself lucky that I allow your European imperialism to continue. So, don't join anything if you don't want me to attack you. I'll do it. Don't think I won't. Still trying to push, but we're spread very thin over here. Purple, you guys. Can I spread out your front line safely? The answer is yes. I want to do that so I can pull you guys back and focus your attack elsewhere. What we got going on over here? Wait, why aren't... You're supposed to be all the way down here. I don't know what you're doing over there. I know I gave you a naval invasion order. Whatever, sit here for a second. No, this is held by Russia. Oh, okay. Are we giving stuff back to Russia? We are. Oh, that's amusing. Okay, no, that's fine. We'll make our vassal a little bit stronger. Yes, very good. Can you guys please start pushing up here? I know this is stupid. You should never click command quite like this. However, I see that he has left himself completely vulnerable on this front, so I say we push so that all these troops are cut off from the main action as much as we can. Starting to run out of gas here. A little bit. Starting to run out of a little bit of gas. Can you guys keep pushing? Don't stop. Keep him on the back heel. We're going to be pushing up over this way. This is good so far. We are doing good. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to run out of gas, but we're doing good. Oh my gosh. Okay, how are we doing as far as air superiority? Not particularly great. We're probably bleeding a lot of fighters at the moment. That's fine, though. I am losing a lot of manpower. I don't think it really matters too much, though. We got plenty to go, and as we continue gaining things like compliance with, let's say, the Soviets, I mean, we're going to get a lot more. Let's see, the Soviets... Union, where are you? Soviet Union, I don't even see them anymore. Russia, we're getting 600,000 manpower out of controlling them, and there's 41% control, which means I got access to all that extra resources and stuff, which is pretty huge. Pretty huge, not gonna lie. We're too low on organization in this area. If I get some of these guys cut off, I'm gonna be very sad. Every 40 combat with unit we lose is really painful, dude. Really painful. The tanks are up over here. Can I send you guys to make a push? Up toward Poznan. I'm just trying to strike your industrial center somehow. I cannot believe these guys are still alive. Because I feel like they shouldn't be. Can you get over here and attack? We need more troops to take this. If we can take this victory point, surely they're all going to fall apart. Where's my naval invasion? They are just now starting to arrive. This feels risky. They have, like, no organization there. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Valencia. Valencia orange peel, delicious stuff. Goes in my blooming beer. I love it a lot. We have lots of army experience. What should I do with it? I think we should send some logistics companies to a few key areas, especially where there's 40 combat width. Paratroopers, you guys are already still good, so that uses up a little bit. We could make better tanks. Not a bad idea, I suppose. Not, you know, the worst. Not huge, but it's not the worst. We're not burning through equipment too fast. Infantry equipment's the only thing I'm actually worried about. Come on, where's the rest of my reinforcements? You guys are supposed to pick up a lot more than this. This is gonna be a problem, isn't it? I don't think they actually had all arrived yet. Where are they? Oh my god, you guys are still over here? Okay. Okay, you all are stupid. That's what I've learned here. We're gonna send you to strategic redeployment and tell you all to go here. Don't go through the German lands. Move fast, because I need to get some bodies in the field over here before the Spanish are able to swarm. Good. Okay, so can you guys now continue pushing up this way? I see a lot of factories. Taking factories from the Germans is great. They like their factories. I like making them cry. It's a win-win for me. Can you guys push along up over here? Grab these forts. Get to Stuttgart, dude. Some good stuff to be had up in Stuttgart. I think it's time for us to be ending this video. We need to be careful here. We're actually taking a lot of damage. But the tanks have done their job. Can we somehow get up to Poznan and maybe encircle a few units here? I'll leave behind the infantry. The infantry need to stay put. We can counter these guys so they're not able to make a push. And then, while they're exhausted, we go for a quick little kill over here. We're getting closer to Berlin. We're getting really close to Berlin. This is good. All right, all right. I feel like this is going well so far. The Germans have been caught with their pants down. The Allies aren't making a lot of progress. And as long as I can continue making pushes up here into Spain, we'll be in a much better position to attack from behind, take out Madrid. They'll have to pull a lot of their units off the front. And these guys, and it looks like, actually are now all out of front lines. Perfect. All right, I'll redeploy all these guys in a little bit. You guys can now clear out the Germans over here in Africa. And that's going to free up a lot more troops. You guys need to finish up the Spanish over in here. You still need to get this port. I'm surprised you haven't done so already. And there we go. I'll control all this and I can siphon some more troops where it matters. And then, when I am ready, we can set up Russia to then attack Japan. Maybe. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.